Good. That's good. Let's make it better. First of all, I would like to introduce my most important biohacking tool. Would you guess what it is? Is it my Oura Ring? Is it my barefoot shoes? Is it my freezer, which I made it into ice bath? Which it is? Smile. It could be my mind and my smile, but it's actually this. It's a notebook. It's a notebook to plan my life. So, in this session, what we're going to do, I'm going to give you my simple kind of way how to plan your life so that you feel more happier, more satisfied. And I would say that this will be your most important time in your life. And of course, I will tell you how this is all together with the resilience, which is our theme today. So, let's go. But before that, actually, you've been sitting quite a long time. Is that right? Yeah, kind of. Well, you're sitting there and you're sitting there. So, actually, my coolest biohacking thing ever, I will introduce to you, it's called jumping. Jumping. So, please, just for a minute, stand up! And let's do this. Put a smile on your face and do small jumps like this. Relaxing, energizing. That's good. And that's it. You can sit down. You want more? What I've noticed in the past 10 years, or more than 10 years, when I've been coaching different things about personal growth and how to kind of self-leadership yourself, that small things matter. And I've noticed that if you're blocked in your mind, for example, that you can't create something new, it needs only 3 jumps and you get into the creative state. So this is my number one biohacking tool, jumping, and the notebook. Okay, let's go. Why we are talking about creating your own life, and why about planning your life? Because I think it's the most important thing what you should do in your life. First of all, I think whatever you do in the baseline, you do it because you want to feel happy in your life. Is that right? There might be something else. Why you are in the Biohacking Summit? You are finding something new in your life to, in the end, to feel happy, to be satisfied in your life, that your life feels better. So that's, would say, the number one reason. The other thing, and the why for this lecture is that I would like you to think in your life why you do things. Because years ago, well, actually a year ago, I bought my Oura Ring. And before that, I've bought a lot of different kind of devices and things to measure my life or make my life better. And sometimes it's been only because somebody said that it's a good thing, or somebody advertised me that you should get this kind of thing. Maybe that's happened also to you. Then I started to think why I take these things. For me, for example, the Oura Ring was a thing that for the first, let's say, 35 years in my life, I decided that sleeping is a waste of time. And after being 35 years old and I had a little son, I realized that I can't keep up with my life if I don't sleep more. And I started to study about sleeping. And when I was thinking, do I need something? And then I found out about this Oura Ring that can measure my sleeping. And I started to sleep with the Oura. But can I sleep more? Or I would say the question would be, can I get better sleeper without any device? Is that true? Yeah. So in my lecture, I will point out very simple things that you can do with yourself and you don't need anything. I think Aura is cool, but I think for me the most important thing about sleeping was start to sleep more, go earlier in bed, not 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, but earlier. And that was kind of, I didn't need the ring for that. So whatever you do, I think it's important to think why you start to do those things. Not just buy things or biohack yourself without thinking where it's leading. Why I do the whole planning system and the things what I will talk about now, in the end, I want to be happy. I want to be at some point 140 years old man with a lot of children and children's children, happy, vital, and with a really good drive to go further in my life when I'm 140 years old. That's why I do the things what I do. So, what is the most important time for your life? I think the most important time for your life is the time when you stop to think about your life. And how many of you do that let's start. How many of you do that properly once a year? Stop to think about your life. Really well. And what that means, like, is it 2 minutes before the New Year's? Or like, now I think what I want in my life and that's 2 minutes? Or is it several days to really stop to think, what do you want to create in your life? How many of you do that daily? Kind of daily stop to think, what do you want in your life? Well, that's good to know. And most of you are between that or something else. I think that when you stop and not just do things, but really stop before that, it can create something new every day. I know too many people who start with their day with a long to-do list. How many of you have a to-do list? And now, I want you to think that you think about your to-do list and think, are those to-dos leading your life where you want to go? And there's nodding. That's good. That's a good sign. Because I know that, for example, many people want to have better relationship. But when they come from work back to home, they open their to-do list, and then they go do the laundry, then they go do the dishes, then they go do all the tasks that you have to do in the house. And then you're like, your spouse is there, and then you think, oh, I'm too tired already. Let's just go to sleep. Well, that's good for sleeping. Wait, can you get my idea? That quite often we are focused on the tasks, to the to-dos, and they are not maybe related to the things what we really want to create in our life. Is it important to do the laundry? Is it important? Of course. Somebody has to do it. And it's important to clean the house. Of course. Actually, we just got a week ago the robot Hoover, and that was cool. I just put it there, and it's doing the cleaning all the time. So I can take my time with my spouse and enjoy that time and make the relationship work even better. So I also think that that's one of the biggest reasons why businesses fail. People go to work, and then they start to do their to-do list, which is not related to the goals, to the business really important goals. It's easy to kind of fill your day with all the kind of tasks and getting nothing done. Can you understand what I'm talking? Yeah, so my idea is that the first thing in the morning, or it can be later, but this day should start first. Take a minute or 2 or 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It doesn't matter if you just take the time, even small time, and think what you want to create during this day. And I have actually 4 plans that I'm using in my life. First of them is master plan. I do it once a year. It's I use something between 1 to 7 days to do that plan. Not like 7 days, full days, but during 7 days, like taking every day 2 hours to think about what I want to create in my life. And that's, I think, the biggest time that I can take in my life. It takes a lot of time, but when I do that at once, it gives a lot of time just to kind of to settle during the year, and I don't have to think all the time what I want to create in my life. Then the second plan is a monthly plan, which I take every month. And it's about 4 hours or one day that I stop to think, what's important at the moment. And this plan is really important. Why? I'm really excited guy. There's a lot of new opportunities. And if I don't stop every month kind of to think, what's my master plan? And kind of put that master plan into work with the monthly plan, I would be going all the time to somewhere else where I was thinking to go. Maybe somebody of you is doing that same. Maybe you have stopped to think what you want to create in your life, done proper work, but later on you get new possibilities and forget that plan. So every month I stop to kind of check my big plan and make it work with my smaller plan, which is the monthly plan. The other most important thing with the monthly plan is when you stop to think about monthly, what you want to kind of create in that month, you also check kind of what's important now. And it's maybe something else that's in your master plan. For example, when this coronavirus came, it kind of made everything new. I had to think things in a different way. I couldn't follow the master plan as I was designed earlier because the world was changed. My world was also changed. So the monthly plan kind of takes care that you take care of yourself. For example, your master plan might say that you must go further and faster with your business plan. But the monthly plan stops you to think that you're too tired and you have to put more focus on the most important things. And here we kind of can get to the resilience, which is the theme in this event, that when you take care of your planning, you can also take care of yourself and your health. And kind of, it's not just that, but it's also the thing that when you follow your heart and when you follow your kind of things that you want to create in your life, you feel better, and then your resilience is also better. And we will get to the happiness also later on in this lecture. But I said I have 4 plans. I have master plan, monthly plan, and then weekly and daily plan. Kind of taking every day small amount of time for thinking what I want to create in my life today. Weekly, doing that same, about a few hours, and then the monthly and master plan that I told already. So, what I suggest to you to do, not maybe do all of these, but pick up the master plan every year, about once a year, take more time to your life, and think really what you want to create in your life. And then choose monthly, weekly, or daily plan, which is kind of taking the master plan into action, and it's also checking where you are in your life. And let's look into deeper kind of these plans, how they are working. And kind of the thing is that there's 4 common things with every plan. First of all, every planning always starts with a good feeling. What it means? That first you want to create a life that you are satisfied with. And I think your satisfaction of your life is not actually related what you have done. And I want that you start to kind of look, when you do the plan, you start to look behind you, your life, what you have done, and look all the nice things. Not first the things that you haven't done yet, where you are not yet, but look the things that you really, what you maybe learned, what you are grateful, what you like in your life. Make a good feeling about your life. That's the number 1 step. And the second thing is reality check. And this is something that, if you want to just pick one thing from the lecture and start to do, which will guide your life further, and also make sure that you take care of yourself, do this. Reality check. Every month, take time to write down where you are with your life right this moment, honestly. This is bad, this is good. I will tell about areas of your life soon. And I would say that do the reality check with the areas of your life, in bad and good. And that will guide your life and also see where you are in your life. The third thing is always to check your big plan, not go always with the new exciting thing, because that will lead also, it will always lead you to maybe somewhere where you wouldn't go otherwise. And then clarify your goals. Really think what you want to create in your life. That's clarifying your goals. Kind of think as good as you can today what is the situation where you want to be in your life in the future, and make it kind of as good as you can today. Sometimes people are really worried because worried about the thing that they don't know kind of exactly where they want to go or where they want to be. And I would say make it as good as you can to make it today. All right, so those 4 things, that's a simple method to plan your life. You can take it here. The next thing that I want to tell you about is 4 areas of your life. I do always the planning with these 4 areas. Kind of the thing with my life has been always to simplify things. In the first place, I was introduced with the idea that there's 10 areas of your life. And when I got introduced into this, I didn't know. I was thinking that there's one life. And then a coach told me that actually then there's 10 areas of your life. And you should take care of all of them. And if you are not doing that, if you are not focusing to the areas of your life, all the areas where you are not focusing will die away. They will just die. And I got really stressed. Do you know why? Because I didn't know about the 9 other areas. And I realized that I don't have time to take care of all the areas. And they are dying already before I can do even anything for them. So that's why I simplified that there's 4 important areas in my life. And I've been using this with my clients for more than 10 years. I think the thing is that you can think what are the areas in your life where you want to focus your time and energy and your creation. I put in these 4 areas. Work and finances, they are kind of not the same, but they are related. The other one is relationships. All the relationships that you have at the workplaces, at your home, friends, your spouse, your children, everything. And the third area is mental well-being. For me, the most important things in mental well-being is having dreams and having own time. Having my own time in my daily life. And the third thing is that enjoying all the feelings. That's really important for mental well-being. And the fourth area is physical well-being, which is kind of how energized you are, how healthy you are, and so on, and whatever is affected with your physical well-being. The good thing is that all these areas are affecting each other because it's one life in the end. So whatever you choose to change something or where you put your focus, it will affect the all other areas as well. So what I do every month and what I suggest you to do, write down where you are honestly with all these 4 areas. And after a month, do that again. The cool thing is that you might feel there's nothing happened in my life. Life sucks like it has sucked always. And this is just saying. But kind of you see that, oh, I was there 1 month ago, and now the situation is a little bit different. In some things, it might be even worse. In some things, you can see that it's better. But you can see the progress. You can see that your life is not just the same. Why we do many things? Because we want to feel the change, we want to have changes. So track the changes with this easy method. Once a month, write where you are with your areas of your life. And what I would like to do with you really quickly is to do that kind of the second step. Or it was in the 4 steps, it was the fourth one. Clarify your goals. And just close your eyes for a moment. And even if this is the only thing that you do for your life, every day, if you do this every day for 1 minute, it will change your life in a really huge way. Your mind is so powerful. So, when your eyes closed, I will guide you through the 4 areas of your life. And I want to think the best possible situation in the future. You don't have to know how to get there, just imagine it, visualize it as well as you can today. And first, visualize where you want to be with your living environment. Where do you want to live? The best way to live, where is that? It can be something little different than you are doing at the moment, or totally different. It's up to you. Do it what is kind of the best way for you today. Imagine the best way to live. Feel the feeling when you're at your home. Then imagine your relationships. Who are the people around you when your life is in the best way? Who are the people there? And how is your relationship with those people? How well the relationship is, how you're feeling about it, and imagine it in the best way. Then imagine a mirror, imaginary mirror, where you can see yourself, see how well you are, see how well you are with your physical being, how energized you are, how healthy you are. Imagine how the mental well-being is, how kind of good you are with your life, how satisfied, how happy you are with your life when it's the best possible situation. And then go to your workplace, or how you do the work. Imagine your work in the best possible way. Where do you want to be with your work? And then the kind of thing that is always affecting with your life. Go to your bank account and imagine the amount of money to your bank account, what you want there to be. And then you can just count 3, 2, 1 and open your eyes and come back to here. It was just 2 minutes. And if you do that often, it will guide always your life where you want to where do you want to go. It's creating your life every time when you do this. Imagine if you do this every day, just for 2 minutes, will it affect your life? And if you get, for example, if you get sick, I would imagine every day, where do you want to be? Well, when you're sick, where do you want to be? You want to be healthy, right? So imagine the situation, where do you want to be? Okay, the next thing that I will guide you through quickly is how to make that situation happen. And this is the most simplest method that I found out. In the beginning, I learned many ways how to kind of make every changes happen in my life. And there was a lot of those things. And I realized that I'm confused, I don't know what to do. And then I would kind of start to take everything out and leaving only the things that I think that I will need. Then I started to test drive it, and at some point I was asked to make a kind of coaching or training session, how to help people to make changes happen in their life. And it's around this area, or this idea, this triangle, that there's only 3 things what you need to make every change happen in your life, or make every dream or goal happen. And the 3 things are: goal, you need to have some kind of idea where do you want to be. The second thing is that you need action. You can stop to think how many things in your life is not happened because you haven't done anything for that special thing. This is with my life at least normal. For example, I have a book which is around this triangle, and I created that book for 4 years. The first 3 years, I did nothing to that book, and that's why I didn't have the book. On the 4th year, it happened because I started to do something for it. Okay, and the third thing is people, that you have right people around you which will help you to create those things that you want to create. So I'll give you 3 simple questions that you should ask every day, and it will guide you to to create your own life. The first thing is the goal-oriented question. Ask what you want to create in your life today. If you start your morning with that, it will always guide your life. And also, that question can be related to the master plan or something that you want to create really today. Something like having a good feeling today. Second thing is ask what's your smallest step toward that goal. Where do you want to go? And the third question is who can help you today with that thing? And I could talk about this for several days. I have a 2-day workshop about this, just this idea. So there's more in this, but the simplest thing is that those 3 questions. But let's go to I think the most important thing what I found in my life. And this is biohacking happiness. I think, like I said, that you do everything in your life in order to feel happy. And there's a lot of surveys how to be happy. I've tested this now probably about 6,000-7,000 people live. And the easiest way to be happy in life is not by doing something. It's not getting something done. It's not fulfilling your dreams. It's not that. It's the thing that you just be happy. And we will do it this, not even a minute, but just a shorter time to test it. But first of all, I will tell you a story. I've been 2 times on the top of Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in Africa. First time, I waited 7 years to get there. And then I went there, and I was coming down, and I realized I wasn't happy up there. Should be, I think, after 7 years. Then I decided I will go again. After 2 years, I went again, and I made myself happy there. I didn't feel like doing myself happy, but I want to do that. You will never get happiness from doing things, not by guiding your life and make it happen, but only way is just to feel happy. And by my survey, people can do this without any instructions. And I will give you now 15 seconds. This is even further faster method. Not even a minute, but 15 seconds to feel happy right now. Are you ready? No instructions. There where you are, silently, just in your mind, feel happy for 15 seconds. The time starts now. Yes, the time is up. Not too much happiness, right? How many of you felt happy during that 15 seconds? Great! And some of you might felt that it was a little bit awkward. Guy saying from the stage, now you have to feel happy. But most of you got the idea. This is how you live happy life. And I think that if you want to also be healthy, the more you spend your time in your happy place, or this happy feeling, it will help you to be also healthy. So, first thing always, it starts with happiness. Not waiting that you will be happy later, but start with that. And it also makes every goal, every dream even more better. Not just, okay, I did that. I was up to the Mount Kilimanjaro, but really feeling more happy about it because I've practiced it on the way. Okay, our time together is going to the end. So I want you to think, what is your next step? Or what is something that you will take away from this lecture? I recommend for you to take one thing and make that change in your life. Only one simple thing, and tell that to the person who is next to you. Now, I want to thank you. Have a great summit. It was lovely to meet you, and I hope that you enjoy the whole weekend. Thank you.